What's going on, Collider Games fans? I'm Caboose, and today what I got for you guys here is my official review for the World War Z game. Now, when I first heard about this game and when it was first revealed, I gotta say, I had zero expectation for this being even remotely good. I don't want to sound harsh, but I was going in thinking this was not going to be a great game, and holy crap, I was blown away with how wrong I was. Now, this game is not incredible. It's not a masterpiece, but damn, is this game fun as hell. I had so much fun playing through this game, and there's definitely a comparison you're going to see every single person make when they review this game, and that is how similar World War Z is to Left 4 Dead. This is essentially a third-person Left 4 Dead game. They very much unapologetically created the formula that is Left 4 Dead with a third-person action game here, and it works in almost every way from a gameplay standpoint. Now, to start off with some of the negatives, there is no story whatsoever. It has nothing in terms of a narrative, which honestly, even before I was thinking this game wasn't going to be good, that was one of the things that I was 100% expecting, was that there probably wouldn't be a story. And it's weird that the game is even titled World War Z, because the entire concept of this game isn't lifted from anything within the book, and it's only lifted from that one scene in the film where all the zombies are piling up on each other trying to jump up to that helicopter. That is literally the entire reason for the existence of this game being titled World War Z. While we're continuing on just a couple of other complaints that I had about this game, there is a PvP mode and there is like a dedicated multiplayer to World War Z, and it's really lackluster. It's not what I was hoping it to be, at least. You can just jump on and play online with the co-op campaign and play with your friends through the normal PvE mode where you're facing off against hordes of zombies, but there is also a dedicated PvP mode where you're going to have certain objectives, you're facing off against other players, and then the zombies are also integrated into that, and I think it can be fun at times, but it just wasn't what I was hoping it to be. Honestly, I was kind of hoping they were just going to go full Left 4 Dead mode and have some multiplayer where you can play as some of the specialty zombies and maybe even control the hordes coming in at times and face off against players who are playing as the survivors trying to get to the end of the mission. It would have been a lot of fun that way. I know they would have been just straight up copying Left 4 Dead at that point, but I mean, they already were with the game, so I would have just been fine with them going all out and been like, screw it. Let's just take that entire formula and remake it here with this game. And then last up, one thing that I wanted to complain about, just as we are transitioning in some of the things that I like, when you're playing the normal campaign mode offline by yourself, it can be a little annoying that you kind of have to take care of the other three AI characters. I don't know if there was stuff within the options that allows them to just be a little smarter, but there were times where I was coming up on like 3 or 4 med kits, and I'm the one who has to pick them up individually and heal the AI myself. I didn't really like that. Just let them take care of themselves, let them figure it out, get the AI to be a little smarter, and we'll be good to go. And as we transition now into the things that I like and also really love about this game, the number one thing is how much fun it is. The gunplay, the shooting, the amount of zombies, it can get so entertaining, especially when you're playing online with friends. I was brought right back to years ago when I was playing Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2, that first experience that I had, and oh my goodness, it brought me so much nostalgia, but it also feels very fresh. It feels very new. There are a lot of new mechanics within the World War Z game that aren't just straight carbon copies of Left 4 Dead. You get these heavy weapons that do a ton of damage, or that are very important and key to utilize when there are these massive hordes of zombies attacking you, and there are also some defenses that you can set up when a horde is ready to be activated. So I thought that was a lot of fun, strategizing a little bit as you're about to activate a button that brings in the horde, knowing where to place your turret or this barbed wire trap. It's really, really fun. And I was genuinely shocked with how much I was enjoying myself while playing this game. And I do want to mention as well that there's some pretty good customization here, a decent amount of depth in terms of upgrading and adding new things to your character and the weapons that you use. As you'll play through each mission, you'll see that each and every weapon that you use throughout the mission has a leveling system, and with that you will unlock and add attachments to that weapon, so then it adds some replayability. You know, maybe you've played through all the missions, but you got a really cool thing for one of your favorite guns. You're going to want to jump in, run through a mission again, just so you can find that gun and utilize that new attachment to see how much more improved that weapon is. So I thought that was pretty good. Some decent depth there, and then you can upgrade your character as well. There's different classes that you can choose from, and they all have a skill tree essentially that you can upgrade, which I thought was great. I really enjoyed that. The last thing that I wanted to mention that I really appreciate about World War Z is probably the biggest sell for the game if you're a little on the fence about getting it, and that is the fact that it is not full price. You're going to be getting this game for $40, which I really appreciate and I respect that the developers essentially are saying here, yes, there is a lack of content, so we're not just going to charge you $60 when we're missing some things in this game that would make a complete $60 game. So it's $40, it's not a full $60, which I appreciate. I still think $40 is a little pricey. However, if you're on the fence and maybe you got a friend who's also on the fence about getting this game, that would be the best way to convince you to just go ahead and buy it and convince them to do the same, because if you're jumping online and playing with a friend, the co-op campaign can be so much fun and you will be thoroughly entertained, I promise you. And with all this said, I want to give my verdicts here. I'm going to give World War Z, the game, an 8 out of 10. There is so much entertainment to be found here. I'm really surprised with how much I enjoyed this game. It's not full price, which I think is something that I respect a lot, and I hope that there is going to be some longevity here. I hope that new content is inevitably going to be added. I don't know if there's any word on that and whether or not the content will be free or paid DLC, but I hope they do similar to what we got with Left 4 Dead. We got some new maps and new things added to Left 4 Dead to increase the longevity of that game. So I hope something similar happens with this World War Z game, because I can see that a lot of content can be added to this game, and maybe a year from now we'll have an even better World War Z game. So here's hoping. But that's my thoughts on this game, and now I'm going to kick it to you guys. Have you had a chance to play World War Z? And if so, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And if you're on the fence, if this review helped, a positive rating would be appreciated, and you can subscribe to the Collider Games channel for more gaming coverage. And while you're at it, follow us on Twitter at Collider Gaming, linked in the description. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.